Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to talk about, the story of African diaspora in the United States of America. The black people in U.S. Yes, the struggle. You understand from, I can say, 400 years of slavery. And there is a civil war in U.S. Yes, and the victory of the North. Yes, slavery was finished. And but after that, in the South states, we had the milice, accusation of white extremists, the Ku Klux Klan, which were doing their best for, avoiding Africans, avoiding Afro-Americans to be free. So, for long years, I can say, it was a fight for African people in America, and if you learn story, the fight of Malcolm X, the fight of Martin Luther King, and others and others, and it's very important every time to remember their fight. It's our story, and we share it. So yesterday I'm going to try to read you. Today we can say it's a poem, but at the beginning it was a speech, yes, of Martin Luther King. It's very famous. I have a dream. Okay, so yes, I have a dream. I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration of freedom of the story of our nation. 5 years ago, a great America, in whose assembly shadow we stand today, since the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decrease came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been shrouded in the flames of rising injustice. It came as joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. The long night of their captivity, the long night of slavery, I told you that, yes, they were stolen in Africa and sold in America and were working, for white men for centuries. So, you understand? Okay. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. And you understand, I told you that after the proclamation of the independence of United States of America, it was clearly written that when slavery finished, all America, black and white, are same. And but instead of that, white men in America didn't want to end slavery. So that's what he was saying. Yes, 500 years later, Afro-Americans were not free. Yes. And 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly kept in the miracle of segregation and the sin of discrimination. Yes, the segregation and the discrimination, you have it until today. I say in the 21st century. Every year we have images from TV, from, the internet, when you see policemen, white policemen, they are, what we say, lynching black boys. They say, no, they were stealing some their cheese. No, that's not. They would say that they are members of the Ku Klux Klan and they, the ghosts, the boys are black. That's it. And, that is. And, yes, let's continue in the poem. Yes, 100 years later, the Negro lives on a one-less land of poverty in the middle of vast ocean of material property. You understand? The poorest in America are blacks. And, the hard workers in America are blacks. They are working harder and they are winning more, less, Yes, what their ancestors were winning was stolen by white men in America. That's why, white, black men in America, every time they are born moneyless. The West, that all their ancestors had wealth was stolen by white men. So you understand why they are poor today. Yes, today they continue to work, but they are not rich. It's the fault of white men in America, which for centuries was selling what they were working. And you understand what he was saying about. Okay. And yes, 100 years later, the Negro is still landing in the corner of American society, finding himself in exile in his own land. You understand? I tell you the story of America. America at the beginning was the land of what we call Amerindian. Amerindian means it's the Aztec, the Maya, the Inca. They are the real people of America. And then white men came from Europe, killed a part of them, and took their land. And came in Africa, took Africans and bring them there. So, the land is not for white men. The land is for all who are in America. That's what he was saying. We are not a stranger in our land, That's the land of their ancestors. Their ancestor has done America. And that is true. He was right, he's right, and for the future he'll be right. And let's continue. So, we've come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. Yes, they are right. What's the Constitution of America saying? It means that at the time they'll be free. At the time they'll be rich. At the time they'll have everything that they wanted to have. But white racist Americans say, you black? No. So that fight is, what Obama was saying, a fight of dignity, a fight of honor, and we have to continue every day in America and everywhere in the world. Good day, everybody.